Hello students, welcome you all. So today we are going to discuss about lines and angles. So this is your chapter 5. So in the previous class, that means in class 6, we had studied about lines and angles. There was an introduction to lines and angles in which you learn about some concept like line segment, points, line, ray. We will try to recall these points now. Okay. So we'll start with line segment. What is line segment? Line segment, it has two. If you can remember here in this figure, you can see it has two endpoints. Okay. So for this case, P and Q are endpoints, and we write this line segment in the form of like this: P Q line segment. Okay, this is the form of writing line segment, PQ line segment. We read it like this. We write it like this: PQ and line segment above PQ, and we read it like PQ line segment. Here again we come to line. In line segment, you saw that there are two endpoints. Okay, that means it is not moving either way, and it has endpoints. But here you can see AB is a line. This is a line, and it has no endpoint. A is not the endpoint. It is extending beyond A. Similarly, B is also not endpoint. So here in a line there is no endpoint. Okay, no endpoints. So we can call it AB is a line. And how you write it? A B line. Okay. Right. Look at this symbol. How I'm writing it. A B line. Now another thing is that ray. It is little different than line. Here you can see one endpoint is there. The name is OP, and it is moving from O to P. Okay, but it has an endpoint at O, and at O, from O to P towards P, it has no endpoint. Okay, that means it is moving from O to P, and we call it a ray. And how you will write it? We will write it like this: O P ray. Okay, that means it is moving from O to P. You don't write, please don't write like this: P O. This means it will move from P to O. Okay, so this is the right way of writing. So this is about line segment and lines and ray. Now we will move towards angles. Okay, angles. So in the class in the class 6, you will learn about some angles. First of all, we will learn how angles are formed. Whenever lines or line segments intersect each other, then corners are being formed. You can see corners are being formed here. These corners are angles. Okay. Now, some types of angles were there. We'll discuss one by one. The first one was acute angle. Acute angle. In an acute angle, there was the angle was, the symbol of the angle you can write like this. The angle was less than 90 degree. Less than 90 degree. Okay. Now that means 0 degree to 90 degree, or you can write the region 0 degree to 90 degree. Now number 2 was right angle. Right angle. So in right angle, the measure was 90 degree. It was exactly 90 degree. Okay, the figure is like this. Now number 3, that was obtuse angle. In obtuse angle, the measurement of the angle was 90 degree to 180 degree, and both the angles are not included, right? Now the measurement, the figure will be like this. Okay. Now fourth number, that is straight angle. In a straight angle, the measurement is 1 80 degree and the angle will be like this. Okay. Now number 5, reflex angle. Okay, how you can write reflex angle and what is the measurement? Its measurement is 180 degree to 360 degree and it will be written like this part. Okay, I am doing it here. These are the angles, this is the reflex angle. Okay, this part is the reflex angle. So this is reflex angle, and the last one, that is 6 number, is a complete angle. Complete angle. So what is a complete angle? The measurement is 360 degree. Okay, and how you will draw it? It is like this, a complete angle. Okay, so these are the thing that we had discussed in class 6 also. I have discussed in short here. Okay, now we will move to the further next part. What is further there? Okay, now there are some other types of angle like complementary angle. Okay, let's see what is complementary angle. In class 6 I think you have some concept of complementary angle. Now again we will learn about complementary angle here. So what is complementary angle? If the sum of measurement of two angle is 90 degree. Okay, sum of the measurement of two angle is 90 degree, and so that we call them complementary angle. So when you can write it, when we call two angles are complementary, if the sum of the measurement of the two angles is 90 degree, the angles are called complementary angles. Now you will see some examples. Here you can see two angles are here. First angle is 30 degree. Okay, another angle is 60 degree, you can see. Now can we call them complementary angle? Here you see 30 plus 60 is equal to 90. What was our definition? When sum of the measure of two angle is 90 degree, the angles are called complementary angle. Now you see 30 plus 60 is 90. That means we can call these two angles as complementary angle. Okay, so these are complementary angle. Now again we will move to this part. Here there are two angles 35 degree and 65 degree. Can we call them complementary angle? Let's check. 35 plus 65 equal to 100 degree. Now what is our definition is saying? The sum of measurement of two angle is 90 degree, then only we can say them complementary. Now the sum is 100 degree. Can we call? No, we can't call. Okay, so they are not complementary, and this is first one is 30-60 degree, they are complementary. Okay, so I hope you learn now what is complementary angle. Only if the measurement is sum of the measurement of two angle is 90. Okay, there is some problems will arise like this. If an angle is, or measure of an angle is, say 75 degree, find its complementary angle. So this is a question. Now we can solve it. If an angle is 75 degree, find its complementary angle. We know measure of two sum of the measure of two angle is 90 degree, we call them complementary. Therefore the complementary angle equals to 90 degree minus this 75 degree, which will be equal to 15 degree. 15 degree. So complementary angle of 75 is 15 degree. Now you can measure or add them. 75 plus 15 equal to 90. That means 75 and 15 degree are complementary angle. Okay. So this is about complementary angle. Now there is a try this. You please try this at home. Which pair of following angles are complementary? Check which pair are complementary. We have already checked 2 to 3 examples. What is the measure of the complementary angle of the followings? Okay, here 45 degree. The measure of the complementary angle will be 90 minus 45, which is equal to 45. So in I, the measure of the complementary angle of 45 degree is 45. You can write it like this. Similarly, you find the complementary angle of double I, triple I and IV. Now 3. The difference in the measure of two complementary angle is 12. Find the measure of the angles. Okay. So it's a nice question. The difference of measure of two complementary angle is 12. So suppose two angles are A. We'll write it like this. Let two angles are A and B. Now we know A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Okay. Here difference of the measure of two angles, that means A minus B is given. A minus B is 12. Now we have to find A and B. Okay. Now what we will do? Here if you add them, A plus B plus A minus B, which will be equal to A plus B is what? 90. A minus B is 12 plus 12, which is equal to 90 plus 12 is 102. Here you write A plus B and A minus B. So plus B minus B will be cancelled. A plus A, 2A is equal to 102. Okay, 2A is equal to 102. Now what you know how to simplify the equations. Here you can see 2A. So divide 2 on both sides. After dividing, what we will get? A equal to 102 divided by 2. So equals you 51 degree. So we got the value of A. You can write it A equal to 51. Now if A equal to 51, we have this statement कि A plus B is equal to 90 degree, and you have A equal to 51. Now 51 plus B equal to 90 implies, or B equal to transpose 51 to LHS, sorry RHS, 90 minus 51, which will be equal to 39 degree. Okay, so we found measure of angle A is 51 and measure of angle B is 39. In this way you can try this question 3. Okay, now we will move to another part, that is supplementary angle. Okay, this is same as complementary angle, but here the measures are little different. If the sum of the, you can write if the sum, please write it, sum of the measure of two angles is 180 degree. In case of complementary, that is 90, but in case of supplementary, angle sum must be 180 degree. Then they are called, they mean so two angles are called supplementary angle. Okay, you can write this. Now we'll see some examples. Now look at it. There are two angles, one is 60, one is 120 degree. Now please find the measure sum of the measures. 60 plus 120 now equal to 180. So sum of the measure of two angle is 180. can we call them supplementary angle? Yes, they are supplementary angle. Now again you come to here, there are two angles. Now find the sum. 112 plus 68. Now their sum is also 180. Okay, yes, we call it also supplementary angle. Yes, they are also supplementary. Now I will give you a question. Suppose an angle is say again 75 degree. Find its supplementary angle. Okay, so this is a question. An angle is 75 degree. Find its supplementary angle. So let's solve it. Here we know sum of the measure of two angle is 180 degree. Then only we can say the two angles are supplementary angle. So here one of the angle is 75. Now another angle must be 180 minus 75. Okay, so it will be equal to 105. Now you for testing you can do this. 75 plus 105 equal to 180. That means they are supplementary angle. Okay, now this is all about supplementary angle. We will see. Okay, another try this is here. You try it by yourself. Okay, now there is another concept, that is adjacent angle. Okay, from the name itself I think you can recognize what is adjacent angle. Adjacent means beside. Okay, suppose you are standing here. Okay, another, suppose this is A and this is B, another person is standing C. Okay, so three persons are standing. Now who is adjacent of C? B will be the adjacent. Or for A, who is the adjacent of A? B will be again adjacent of A. Now if I will consider adjacent of B, who is adjacent of B? Both A and C, because A and C are on both sides of B. Okay, na? So adjacent means B side. So here we will see adjacent angles are there. Okay, in your book, for example, if you find if you put your book like this, and two angles will be formed. Here you can see they will be adjacent angle. If you have seen the the steering wheel. Okay, steering wheel means in there the steering wheel normally we see in car, bus, like etc. So in steering wheel you can see some angles are formed here. This angle, this angle. These two angles are adjacent angle. Similarly, these two angles are adjacent angle. Okay. Similarly, if you see in the fan, in your room there are some fan. There is fan, na. So this angle and this angle, these two angles are adjacent angle. Okay. Okay. So there are some conditions for being adjacent angle. What are the conditions? The conditions are like this. In order to being adjacent angle, the first condition must be they have a common vertex. The two angles must have a common vertex. Suppose I will take a common vertex. Now there are two angles, these two angles. Can we call them adjacent angle? Okay, let's see whether we can say or not. So common vertex means they must have like this common vertex. Okay, another concept, they have a common arm. Can you see? Is there any common arm? So we can't call them adjacent angle. They need to have common arm. Therefore, common vertex. Now you see this angle and this angle. There are two angles. These two angles have common vertex. This is the common vertex. Common arm. This is the common arm. Okay. And another thing is, third condition is the non-common arms are on either side of the common arm. Now the non-common arm, this is the common arm. Common arm. This one is the common arm. The non-common arm, this is the non-common arm, and this is the non-common. And the non-common arms must be on either side of the common arm. Write this. On either side of the common arm. Please remember this. Or you can write this in your copy. Now, the condition you please again memorize it. They should have a common vertex. They should have a common arm, and the non-common arm should be on either side of the common arm. Again, there is a try this regarding this adjacent angle. You please try it. Okay, another concept is there. This is linear pair. Okay, linear pair. What is linear pair? A linear pair is a pair of adjacent angle. Remember, note it. They are the pair of adjacent angle. Okay. So in order to be linear pair, the angle must be adjacent angle first. So a linear pair is a pair of adjacent angle whose non-common sides are opposite ray. Okay, the non-common sides are opposite ray. Let's see. Here you can see two angle, angle 1 and angle 2 is there. Now can we call them adjacent? Yes, they have a common vertex. They have a common arm. Their non-common arms are on either side of the common arm. Either side means other sides. Okay. Now we call them their here adjacent angle. But here is one special thing. What is the special thing? The non-common arms here, this and this. Okay, they are opposite rays. You can see they are opposite rays. Okay, na? So we call them a linear pair. As per the definition, we call them a linear pair. But here you can see angle 1 and angle 2 in this figure. They have a common vertex. They have a common arm. They have non-common arms also. They are opposite or either side of the common arm. But the non-common arms are not opposite rays. Are they opposite? Opposite means exactly on the opposite direction. That means they will form a line. So this is not a linear pair, but this is a linear pair. Okay. So basically linear pair means a straight line will be there and one angle, two angles will be there like this. Okay. We can call these two angles as linear pair. And another one thing you must remember that the sum of the two linear pair angle or linear pair angle is sum of linear pair angle is 180 degree. Okay, the sum of the linear pair angle is 180 degree. Okay, now you know about linear pair angle. Again, there is a try this with this linear pair. You try it. Now the last concept, that is vertically opposite angle. Well, this is a new concept, vertically opposite angle. When we see a vertically opposite angle, normally when two lines or two ray or two line segment intersect each other, okay, then vertically opposite angles are formed. So suppose angle number 1 and angle number 2, they are vertically opposite angle. Angle number 3 and angle number 4, they are also vertically opposite angles. Here you can see in the figure two pencils. Okay, we have put two pencil one above another like this. Okay, you can put the pens also. So here some angles are being formed. Angle 1, angle 3. Angle 1 and angle 3 are vertically opposite angle. Similarly, angle 2 and angle 4 are vertically opposite angles. Okay. Okay, there are several examples, like in a scissor you can see these two angles are vertically opposite and these two angles are vertically opposite angles. Okay, now another concept is there, vertically opposite angles are equal. Sorry, vertically opposite angles are equal. That means, suppose we will draw some vertically opposite angle here, angle number 1 and angle number 2. So angle number 1 and angle 2 are vertically opposite angles, and angle 1 must be equal to angle 2. Okay, we can prove it. Let's see whether the proof is here or not. Okay, we'll prove it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now you see angle 1 plus angle 2 will be what? Angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pair, and we know sum of the linear pair angle is 180 degree. So angle 1 plus angle 2 equal to 180 degree. Similarly, you see angle 3 and angle 2 are also linear pair, isn't it? Therefore, angle 3 plus angle 2 is also equal to 180. Angle 3 plus angle 2 equal to 180. You can give the reason because linear pair. Here also region is linear pair. Now you see angle 1 plus angle 2 equal to 180, and angle 3 plus angle 2 is also equal to 180, isn't it? So RHS and RHS are equal, therefore LHS and LHS must be equal, isn't it? Now we can write angle 1 plus angle 2, this equal to this, equal to angle 3 plus angle 2, or now transpose this plus 2 to RHS. Okay, or you can write transpose angle 2 to RHS. Now angle 1 will be equal to, we'll transpose this to RHS now, angle 3 plus angle 2. Now plus 2 will be what? Plus angle 2 will be minus angle 2, minus angle 2. Now you see plus angle 2 and minus angle 2 cancels, or angle 1 equal to angle 3. Here only angle 1 is there, and in the RHS there is angle only angle 3. So angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Now look at the figure, angle 1 equal to angle 3, isn't it? Now we proved that vertically opposite angles are equal. Okay, so you learn what you learned here, vertically opposite angles are equal. Similarly, we can prove that in this figure 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, we can prove that angle 4 is also equal to angle 2. So this is about vertically opposite angles. Now again there is a try this regarding to vertically opposite angle. You please try this. Okay, you try all this, try this, and submit me on the group. Now in the next class, we will discuss about exercise 5.1. You please try also exercise 5.1. This is very easy exercise. Please try it at home. Okay. Thank you.